Yo, what's good? What's tracking? Follow me on all platforms. It's your host. Welcome to the Fans Point of View. It's your host, Truckin' Chubby, a.k.a. Clarence Hampton III. This ain't your coaches and pros, the X's and O's. This is the Fans Point of View and what we know. You dig? You dig? But don't be playing with me. Don't be playing with me because you can mess around and you go and catch a 12. Hey, let's go. Yep. What's up, man? What's up with everybody, man? Hope that everybody feeling good, feeling great. Talk about some of these NBA scores, man. Talk about some of these NBA scores and who's hooping and who's not. Who's showing up, man, in the NBA right now. Man, the Celtics is they've been on one. The Celtics is on one, but the Knicks is also on one. Karl-Anthony, Towns, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson has been embracing who he is, just leading that team, letting Karl-Anthony Towns and those guys just lead the way, and just lead the way. And Mikal Bridges has stepped up, man. And look, he's averaging. I can't remember what he's averaging right off the bat, but I could look it up. But I don't want to cheat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to cheat. But still, Mikal Bridges just dropped 31 on the 76ers. Getting busy, man. The dude is out there hooping crazy. Karl-Anthony Towns is embracing his role. And he's putting up the points. He's playing defense, playing both sides of the floor. I don't know if that's a thing nowadays, but that's just what it is. I'm loving to see it. Jarrett Allen on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Since we got James Harden, some people will say he's a volume type of guy. Gotta have the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these guys gotta have the ball. And look, the simple thing with me is that, and I gotta shout out the Detroit Pistons, right? The Detroit Pistons, I gotta shout them out because they played team ball, man. This team, like they just play team ball. See, when you get these teams like how Oklahoma City Thunder, how they got together and how they won the championship, in my eyes, in basketball. What I see in basketball is that when you're not trying to be a star and you just embrace your role and you play your role to the best ability you can in the sport of basketball, you wind up having a championship caliber team because nobody's winning. That's how you become a superstar. You become a superstar by playing your role, being who you are, and doing the best that you can in your lane, right? So there's plenty of podcasters. There's plenty of content creators, plenty that talk about football. But who talks about it like this? Who is real like that? Who don't care about the public saying this? Who don't care? You know what I'm saying? Where's your lane? Who's you are? Play your role. You know what I'm saying? But play your role on the court. Shoot your, you know what I'm saying? Play your defense. If you're a 3-and-D guy, okay, you can shoot threes and play defense. Do that to the best of your ability. Be the best damn 3-and-D guy there is in the league. Your team needs that. They can build around that. You know what I mean? Playing your role on the court is so important to that, and that's exactly what Oklahoma City Thunder did. And I think the blueprint is set, and you can see that. You seen. I knew Cade Cunningham was going to be a problem 2 years ago when I told Shad, we was on the Fans Point of View, and I told Shad, I said, he said, who's your top 5? Cade Cunningham, I think, was my number 1. And he was like, okay, wow, because he plays defense. Cade Cunningham, he's by far the best point guard in my eyes. Look, Cade Cunningham is, for the Detroit Pistons, is the best point guard in the league, hands down. Don't care what nobody say. To me, he's a dog on defense. He's on the floor playing basketball offensively, defensively. As hard as he play offensively, as hard as he play defensively, he ain't taking no minutes off. That is a straight hooper, as the basketball players will call him. That's a straight basketball player. He's a straight professional. Look, Cade Cunningham, he's the prototype to me. That's why he's about to take over as the face. If you ask me who the face is right now, I'm about to become the face of the NBA, I'm looking at Cade Cunningham because he's a beast. He's a beast. I mean, the Pistons just a couple years ago, they was down, got him out the first round, brought him up, and look, he's now a problem in the league. Like he got the speed down. He learned the game speed. He's seeing things differently on the court. His court vision is picked up. You can tell, like, he's just a problem. and the Pistons is back. Detroit is back. Detroit is back all the way. And why am I talking about Detroit being back all the way? Because Michigan, Big Blue in college, just took down Purdue. They going off in Detroit right now. Detroit is representing in the sport of basketball right now. The Pistons is going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Cavs fan, by the way. I am. I'm a Cavs fan. Wasn't a big fan of the James Harden trade, but it got done, and I think they got it done for the playoffs. I think that trade with James Harden going over there was more for the playoffs, but they want to win now. I'm like, look, we don't care about winning now. For real. We've been got fans for the Cavs for years. When y'all was losing, when it's winning, like you want to taste that championship again. Like I get it, it's cool, but like we got a young team that we know is going to get there. And I don't know if Donovan Mitchell is putting pressure on the organization or not, but I would, you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like pieces been moving around. Like I like Jared Allen, but I think Jared Allen and Mobley was good together. But Donovan Mitchell, he's a volume type of shooter type of guy. But he gets his though. He drops his. Was James Harden going to be able to keep up? You know what I'm saying? Keep the pace and keep playing the way he's playing. Because in the last game, he looked a little rusty, 1 for 4. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad, I guess. 1 for 4 ain't bad. But when you're a professional, you got to make those. You got to drop those. You can get those buckets. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think we won it. But back to the Detroit, what I'm talking about, because I be bouncing around this crazy. Detroit, this man, they balling. I think it just makes it so much better and so much funner in basketball when you got, you know what I'm saying, when you got the Pistons, you know what I'm saying, being good, and then you got Michigan, Big Blue, going off yesterday. They went off, bro, and they beat Purdue, bro. They beat Purdue. They won the first half. They lost the second half of the game. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? They lost the second half by 5, but they still was able to hang in there. Purdue is they just didn't. They was balling. They was hooping. But Michigan, number 1 team on the men's side, balling out of control right now, going dumb out there. They going dumb, bro. They are, and I'm loving it. And I'm loving it because they
right now. This season is unpredictable. The East
this was going to happen sooner. I ain't even gonna lie. Like,
so for inside,
I thought this was going to happen sooner when. Damn, I done forgot my man's name. That's crazy. That's insane. Juwan Howard. When Juwan Howard was the head coach, I thought this was going to change. I thought it was going to change then. But look, nonetheless, he picked up the program. The program's been picked up. They stand by it right now, and as you can see, these guys are playing as a team. This does not a standout guy. If you're going to stand out on this team, it's going to be on defense. You know what I'm saying? You got you know what I'm saying? All day Mara getting 2 blocks. Lexell Longberg getting 2 blocks. Like, you like to see that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? As far as points, Elliot can do, you know what I'm saying? The guard was 17. But everybody else, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got LJ Kaysen off the bench with 13. Trey McKinney with 13 off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's great. That's great. That's team basketball. And just like I said, like, that is the remedy of the game. And that is how you play the game of basketball. Play your role. Play your role. Embrace your role, bro. Embrace it. This game is bad. The team of basketball, like, look, it changed, right? This is the way I look at basketball now. I don't look at basketball as a starting 5 no more. I'm still young in this basketball. Now I got a broader spectrum of the game now in a sport of basketball. I look at basketball like there's 11 guys on the court. That's the way I look at it. There's 11 guys on the court in basketball. Not at once, but your rotations matter. That's how hockey is, right? Your rotations matter. Like in those games, that's what makes it unique to me. That's what makes it intriguing, and that's what makes me want to learn so much more about the sport of hockey. I'll get into that a little later, but basketball, is the beauty of that is you got 11 guys that's not on the court. So in football, you got all 11 on the field at the same time. In basketball, you have to plan for the guys ahead of time. They're going to be coming in, they're going to be fresh immediately. And successful football teams have been good with their rotations. You know what I'm saying? That's something else. We'll talk about the rotations, and you know what I'm saying, since I'm in that round, we'll stay there a little bit. But you got guys who could come in. You got your starting five that come in, right? Then you say, okay, well, he needs a breather for a minute or two, right? But you're gonna have your guys who are gonna play the most minutes, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? You got your guys who play the most minutes. But what's really beneficial minutes to me is when you can come off the bench like a Will Turshitter, you know what I'm saying, for Michigan, right? And you can score. You come in for 7 minutes, you hit a three, you know what I'm saying, play a couple defense, and that's it. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Get a foul, you out. Boom. But another thing is when you playing 17 minutes, you know what I'm saying, getting 3 boards, you know what I'm saying, got 2 out of 5 field goals, you hit, you know what I'm saying, you didn't get to the free throw line, that's cool. But that's all right, though. That's all right, Rudy Gay Jr. That's all right, Rodney Gale. All right. But LJ Casey coming off, getting his hit with his 18 minutes, 13 points, 1 from 1 for the 3 line, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. You want to cut that down when you come off the bench. But that also got him held back. That also helped with Trey McKinney not having no turnovers. But you know what I'm saying? That's what you need. You need to embrace your role. Those guys coming off the bench, man. I mean, he only played in that game. He played what, 10? He only played 10, right? No, 5. No, he played 5. He played 9 in that game. He only played 9. I would look at it. I would want it to be more of 11. You know what I'm saying? But 9, I guess, is cool. You know what I'm saying, for your rotations. But I would look at it as 11. You know, but they may even go less when it comes down to crunch time. Like, you got to be in shape by March Madness because they'll drop it less. But that's the beauty in it. These guys coming off the bench and providing defense, offense, and defense. Like for instance, like, who would say for Purdue that Ja'Carry Harris had a bad game? Played 16 minutes, was 1 for 2 on his field goals, 50% on his field goals, only had 2 points, only shot twice, but he had a rebound, he had an assist, he had 3 steals, had a defensive rebound, and only 1 foul. That's a good game to me off the bench. Like, I don't give a damn. Like, the 16 minutes, but look, no, it didn't show up on the offensive side, but on the defensive side, it did. So that's still a good damn game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that it's just the beauty in the game, and I'm paying more attention to the backdoor cuts and the you know, the picks. Pick and roll that is a play that is just so fun. It's so fundamental, and when you run it right, it's hard to stop. It just is. At any age, at any level, it just is. And you know, just swinging the ball and just passing it around and being selfless and just being able to knock down your shots and just be on point. Like, it's just the game is just beauty to me now. I appreciate it a lot more. I appreciate the game a lot more and just learning so much more about the game. And I'm excited, but I'm super excited that the Michigan Wolverines is giving it to people out there. I'm loving it. Loving the Michigan Wolverines makes it a lot better for college basketball, in my opinion. I just love it that they back. I just wish the Fab Five would have been able to get their just due. You know what I'm saying? But it looks like Michigan got a chance to be the number 1 team. They are the number 1 team actually in the country, but they got the chance to win March Madness this year. They got a real shot at it. They looking very dominant. Although Purdue, the Big Ten, got some they got some squads. The Big Ten got some squads. Now I ain't gonna like don't get it twisted. The Big Ten got some squads. We are in for a treat when it comes down to March Madness this year, folks. Like, it's coming. Oh my goodness! Like, it's going down. It's about to go down. We are getting closer and closer to March Madness, and boy, I'm getting more excited because I'd be surprised if the Big Ten don't got the champion this year. I would be. The Big Ten's deep, and on the men's side, the defense is just it's like night and day, bro. Let's just call it what it is. Like it used to be like, you know what I'm saying? You could say the Big 12 had the best hoopers in the country. Like, ain't gonna front Arizona, they're a problem. Arizona's a problem too. I ain't gonna lie, Arizona's hooping. I'm not gonna lie, they hooping too, but yeah, they going crazy. Arizona's going crazy. But I gotta say, I gotta roll with the Big Ten, man. I mean, like, look, Nebraska, Iowa. Iowa's not even ranked. Hopefully they could squeak in. They 19-7. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, Nebraska hooping, Purdue, Michigan. Who else is hooping out of the Big Ten, man? There's a couple squads, man. UCLA, Michigan State. Like, come on, bro. Michigan State's a problem, bro. Like they low key are good. They really good, bro. They are right there. So, but I'm gonna finish going through the scores though. You know what I'm saying? Let me try to get good. Finish going through these scores because these like I'm excited. I'm excited for the March Madness, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Nebraska, they lost to Iowa 57-52, and that's what I'm saying. They ranked that Iowa wasn't, but Iowa's always going. They always got some bigs, some good squads. They always got some good, nice basketball squads. Florida beat in South Carolina. Florida is 20-6. They last year's national champions. And look, they'll probably be back. They'll be back in the tournament. You know what I'm saying? Giving people a run for giving somebody a run for their money. Look, and then he got the Big 12, Texas Tech. They ranked number 13. They took an L to Arizona State. Arizona State being 5-8 in the Big 12. Man, that's kind of hurting them, man. But AZ State, they looked all right at times. Men's basketball and the NCAA college basketball is tough. It's really tough, man. It's real tough. Michigan State, they beat UCLA 82-59, and that, you know what I'm saying, they move on 21-5, 11-4 in the Big Ten. UCLA is 9-6 in the Big Ten, 17-9. Telling you, Big Ten, they looking crazy. And the ACC, NC State right now unranked, beating North Carolina and dogged them. They dogged North Carolina. Like, what's going on with North Kakalaki, bro? That is like the blue blood. This transfer portal, man, it changes everything. The transfer portal has changed everything. Not just college football, but North Carolina has always put a squad out there. Now, okay, they coach ain't there no more. Okay, cool, whatever. But they've always put a team out there who has been good. They've always put good squads out there. And as of right now, like, come on, man, they lost 6 games. But that don't mean that you still going. You get into the tournament, you sneak in the tournament. Winning there is what matters. Winning there, getting enough games to get in that tournament really matters, because that's when the winning really counts, right? It's in the tournament. But the tournament should be really good. That's why I can't wait till it happens and then brackets start coming, because it should be really good this year. St. Louis they lost to Rhode Island. This is what you're gonna see. Like, it's so crazy. Like, it's gonna be so crazy, man, to pick, man, in these brackets this year. Whoever get a perfect bracket this year, I will get them a stupid props, a great props. They the smartest wizard ever. It got it, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee they got help with AI or something, because you've seen stuff like this all year in basketball, all year. I mean, the number one team in the country ain't even undefeated. Even they took a L. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I mean, it's normally like that in hoops, but look, you know, the women's side, you probably got somebody undefeated, but I don't even think it's like that. But we're gonna take a look at that in a second, though. You know what I'm saying? In a quick second, like Louisville losing to SMU, being ranked number 21 in the ACC. SMU beating them by 10, 95-85. 10-point margin in college basketball, to me, is equivalent to a 20-point loss in the NBA. Correct me if I'm wrong out there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I know everything, but if you have pushback on that, that's damn near you got handled. You know what I'm saying? But we know a lot of those points came from, late, and that's cool. And they just riding the stretch up late. That's cool too. That works, but still, 10 points is 10 points. Anyway, Miami of Ohio putting in work in the MAC. Now that's pretty much disrespectful of what they got going on because they put something together pretty good. Miami of Ohio dropping that bag out there. They dropping that bag. And that's like the Cleveland area for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Miami of Ohio, people be getting that twisted, like not really knowing how far Miami of Ohio, like it's not that far from Cleveland. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I would say that's relatively the Cleveland area, not so much the Cleveland area, but you know what I'm saying, between Akron and Cleveland type deal. You know what I'm saying? So they put in that work. They undefeated right now, 26-0. And they looking good for the tournament, bro. They're looking like they're ready for the tournament. Their bigs is ready. Their guards is on point. As far as I seen, like so I can't sit there and say that they're not. The way that they're moving the ball efficiently, the defense is there. They locking down. I mean, look, say what you want in the MAC, whatever. Like I just told y'all, college basketball is hard to be undefeated, and they are. And they're doing it. So you got to give props when props is due. You know what I'm saying? And I think they can hang with the best of them, bro. I think Miami of Ohio in basketball, there's men's basketball team, they can hang with the best of them. See, basketball is different from football, right? It just really is. Football, your bigs matter in football and basketball. I'm not saying that they don't, but bigs in football is totally different than bigs in basketball, for real. You know what I'm saying? Basketball, I can really plan and neutralize your big. On football. You just can't do nothing. If somebody big, fast, strong, and they just manhandling, you ain't nothing you can do. You could try to manhandle somebody in basketball, but then you could also use that aggressiveness against them, get them to draw fouls, get them in foul trouble, get them up off the court. See, that's how that works. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still respect it. And I think they can hang. Ohio State, not really. They ain't really never been a hoop squad. They never really been a hoop squad, but they beat Wisconsin, took Wisconsin down. A lot of 17-9 teams in the Big Ten, 9-6 in the Big Ten. So I like the tournament is coming up, and I think you're getting this late push from these teams. So I want to see some things shake up. Hopefully it does. That's why I say the Big Ten is a really strong basketball conference. It just really is. It's become, and especially as of late with this transfer portal and everything. But shout out to the men's basketball. Let's take a look at some of the games that might be coming on later. Just real quick before we get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Take a quick look at these later games, the later slate. We got Creighton playing UConn. Number 5, UConn, I mean, men's and women, they back. Look, they back. UConn is back, bro. Let's just call it what it is. The team is back. But Creighton has always, like, they've always put something together, man. They've and to be honest, I'm surprised that in this NIL era that Creighton's not, because I would say that they're, kind of a blue blood. Because Creighton, you always hear about their hoopers. There's always good shooters that went to Creighton, come from Creighton, and they got a strong history of that. So when I'm looking at that team, like, you kind of expect them to be a little bit better. I don't think they got a chance versus UConn. This UConn squad is really good. They're playing really well. And I don't just think they got a chance. I don't think they got a chance. They'll give them some problems. Because like I said, they always got some shooters. They always getting some shooters there. So we'll see what happens with UConn. But that UConn, I definitely got them. That's coming on tonight. TNT. I'll make sure y'all watch that. Arkansas. You knew they was going to be ranked. I knew, everybody knew what they was coming up with them. They're gonna be dangerous. Arkansas is gonna be a dangerous basketball team. Most definitely. Now it's just Arkansas. That brand is just gonna be built bigger and bigger every year in the SEC. They're gonna be running SEC basketball in the next 2 years. Arkansas is. Yes, they are. Arkansas men's basketball is going to be running. They're going to be running it. Yes, they are. They're willing to put the bag into it. And when you're willing to drop the bag into it and you fighting the system the way that they are, going against the grain, you know what I'm saying? Opening your mouth and whatever else. And I know that really ain't got too much to do with the game of basketball, but the bread that's going into it and them fighting it, because they got the money to do it. You got that Tyson's and Walmart money down there, bro. Like, and they're putting it into that hoop team. They want to put it into the football team. I I just don't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And just real quick, like Bobby Petrino being down there, I think he would have got the head coaching job for the football team. But it's like I just don't know why they won't go ahead and just say, you know what, and push the button on the football team and say, let's just get both of these programs rolling. Let's just take over college sports. Like it's so lucrative, especially when you're winning. When you got the bag, you're gonna win. Y'all got good coaches. They got great coaches on both sides. So you know what I'm saying? You got a great coach on hoops. So come on, like got a historic. That's why they put the money in the basketball, because they know what he can do. They know he gonna get the players there for sure. Like he's a hell of a recruiter. He's definitely gonna ball out. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and let's put this money behind it. And I think they did that this year. And just the turnaround, the quick turnaround, man. Of the Razorbacks, the Arkansas Razorbacks is great. So I'm looking forward to watching that game. But I think man. I think Arkansas beat Alabama, man. I think they beat them. I thought by 6. I got them. I got Arkansas by 6 over Alabama tonight. Straight up. No, BYU and Arizona. Arizona's just like, they're just a problem. BYU is just so fundamentally sound. They put the bread in the right spot. Yeah, you're gonna get that Salt Lake City. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get that Mormon money, that church money. You're gonna get it. They follow the rules. They got the nice, decent bag behind it. They got some nice coaching. They're bought into the systems. It's just a good place to be at. You know what I'm saying? If you married, you know what I'm saying? If you married, you know what I'm saying? If you're a single man, it's a tough place to be. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? If you focused on your craft, then you'll do well. You're just fine. You'll do fantastic if you're focused on your craft. But Arizona's just a problem. They are a problem. Problem. Which brings me to my next thing. Just a question for y'all. Now, Karl-Anthony, I think, is being misused up at Syracuse, which is shocking to me. Which is very shocking to me. I would love to see Carmelo step into some kind of role at Syracuse. I think if Carmelo Anthony took over at Syracuse or something like that, it'd be better. I would love to see more of these guys move down to HBCU level, but that's besides the point. Anyway, Carmelo at Syracuse, I think, brings a different cachet to that system. It's not easy. However, Karl-Anthony is being misused at Syracuse. He just is. And it brought it up because Bryce James is at Arizona. And if I'm Arizona, I'm reaching out. I'm reaching out to Carmelo and seeing what's up. Like, cause Cayenne and Melo, they probably do got somebody who deal with the NIL and everything, but ultimately, you know what I'm saying, it's coming down to Melo. That's his son. You feel me? And he's going to advise his son to do well. But you don't want to leave Syracuse if you Cayenne, because that's a loyal family, man. They are, man. They just loyal, man. That's a very loyal family. Even through the ups and downs or whatever that, what's going on, that family just remains and sticks together. You know what I'm saying? For the betterment of family. So shout out to them, by the way, because that's incredible and fantastic what the Anthony family's done. Lala, Carmelo, and Cayenne. You know what I'm saying? Sticking together through everything. And they're loyal. And it's going to be hard to pull Cayenne away from Syracuse, but everybody sees it. Everybody see it. Hey, yo, Carmelo Anthony, everybody sees it, bro. Like, look, I'm not even. You would call me a above casual basketball guy, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, because I watch hoops, I'm into it, not just the playoffs. I do like the playoffs more, but definitely college basketball. I love it. And watching Cayenne on the court, it's like you gotta get him the touches. You gotta get Cayenne involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get him more involved, man. Because once his confidence in the game goes crazy, Cayenne is just gonna be a problem. All he gotta do is just get the touches. You know what I'm saying? Just play through him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And if not, like, keep letting him shoot. He's not gonna miss 3 threes in a row. And Anthony's not doing that now. I get it. He's done that a couple times already. No, bro, that's not gonna happen every time, bro. It's just not, bro. It's not. Stop it. You don't know what you're talking about. Karl-Anthony, number one player in New York state of New York. He wasn't the number one player in the state of New York because his dad's Carmelo Anthony. Karl-Anthony was number one player in the state of New York because Karl-Anthony is a damn baller. He can score at all 3 levels on the court. He's the one of the kids, celebrity kids, that's definitely out there that earned every last single title that he got with his name. From the work that young man has put in, like, it's crazy. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have a bad game, you have a bad game. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that. But no, dude, like, he's just not being used right up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm not figuring out the correct terminology to put in your basketball minds or whatever, but I can see it on the court. Y'all not playing him right. He ain't getting enough minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not his inexperience. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that. Y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they not kicking it to him. I done seen him miss him on a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Be wide open on the like, you gotta kick that to Cayenne, man. They missing layups. You miss Karl-Anthony trying to go to the rack. You know what I'm saying? Get it good. You work dumb hard to get a drive. Then you miss the bunny, but he was open. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy. That's why Syracuse look the way Syracuse look right now. It just is what it is. And like, I'm just keeping it real. Like, but once again, talking about Arizona, Bryce James and Karl-Anthony, 2 celebrity kids that, you know, LeBron James' son, Bryce James, plays for Arizona. Carmelo Anthony's son plays for Syracuse. Of course, Karl-Anthony. Cayenne transferring to Arizona, would it be a bad thing to link up with Bryce? I don't think so. I don't think that's a bad choice. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I think Cayenne is more of a ball handler than Bryce is, but Bryce can also bring it up too. And they've been playing against each other in high school, in the high school circuit, AAU circuit and all that. But now, you know what I mean, if you put both of those talents together on one team, those 2 guards, man, I would love to see it. I just would love to see it. Not only just because it's Carmelo and LeBron's son, but just because of how both of their skill sets, they're both the same size, 6'5". They're both guards. You know what I'm saying? They both can shoot. You know what I'm saying? But they both can even bang. They can even go all the way down to the 3. They can play the 1 through the 3. Like, for real, they bunnies. Like, they can bang. Like, they not soft neither. Like, they some young hoopers, bro. And if you get those 2 together, bro, if I can get them together, they can make me look like I know what the fuck I'm being. Like, I've been coaching basketball for the past 50 years. You know what I'm saying? That they're 2 different guys at the same time. You know what I'm saying? They got 2 different, you know what I'm saying, they're both guard, but they still are providing a different role for your team. And I think if Syracuse don't get it together, like, that's a move that I will be willing to make. Because I know Cayenne can get through the door, or vice versa. If Arizona ain't willing to put Bryce out there like that, you know what I'm saying? Get him up there to Syracuse. You know what I'm saying? Get him up there to Syracuse. Link up with Cayenne. Them 2 linking up together, man. I'm telling you, bro, it's over. It's going to be a wrap. It's going to be a wrap. Bryce and Cayenne, it would be a wrap. That would be a fantastic hypothetical, you know what I mean, link up of 2 young stars, that guards right there, because they're going to be 2 of the best guards in the country about the time they leave college basketball. They are. That's just what it is. That's hands down. About time Bryce James and Karl-Anthony leave college basketball, they will be 2 of the best. They will be the best at guards in college basketball. That's hands down. That's just hands down. And I'm telling y'all that right now. They work too hard. I don't care what they look like right now against the guys who's out there getting an extra NIL bag because they know they won't make it in the NBA or because they didn't make it overseas. I ain't talking about against these guys. I'm talking about these are going to be two of the best guards in the country once they, I'm telling you, about time their senior year come, they use up their eligibility, you know what I'm saying? Before they move on to the NBA, those are going to be two of the best guards in the country. I'm telling you that right now. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. I've been following those guys since high school and college. Like what they do, man, they play so smooth. Like there's a lot of guys who play louder than them. No, they're playing loud on the court. They play as a team and as teammates. But if they want to get loud and just get in that mentality of just, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why they got so much respect from their teammates, is because they don't just be like, all right, my name is James, my name is Anthony, I'm gonna just run the squad. You know what I'm saying? No, they play as a team. They play teammates. They play the game as a team. But they can go off. And about time that go, they're going to have a green light. So we'll see. I'm excited about it. I'm very excited. That's why I had to talk about that. And I got sidetracked. But then Kansas playing Oklahoma State. Kansas been number 8 in the country. And that's crazy because they 19-6. And they number 8, 9-3 in the Big 12. Still, that's a real sneaky good basketball team, man. Kansas is sneaky good. I just feel like they just, man, what could I say about Kansas, man? Because it's like they right there. Like I know they can be better, but it just seems like they're like let me put it simply like this, in simple words. They play when they want to play. It seems like that. It seems like when they want to win, they can go out there and get the dub. But if they don't want to go out there and play D, you know what I'm saying? Take their time moving the ball. They not gonna win, bro. And that's just what I've been saying out of the Jayhawks, just to put it simple. Break it down, like that, the film terminology, not knowing too much of that. But anyway, Virginia Cavaliers, man. For that Virginia, they getting into that NIL bag. They are. And it's showing. It's showing. It's definitely showing. Virginia, ACC, man. As far as the ACC go, should I say they the best in the ACC right now? Men's hoops, it's close. They close. They might be, bro. They might be. Like you might want to put Virginia in for, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just what was it, like 4 or 5 years ago? They was one of the best in the country, and I think they got back there. They there. The Virginia Cavaliers is there, man. I got them over Georgia for sure. St. John's over Marquette. Marquette, bad year, horrible year for Marquette. It's just embarrassing for Marquette team. It really is. This is not a good year for Marquette at all. St. John's is representing, though. They are absolutely playing hard. They 13-1 in the Big East, just running it. Most of their losses came outside of the Big East. St. John's is right there, but Marquette, man, it's just horrible. They just ain't had no luck this year, man. Shout out, but St. John's gets that dub. Missouri in the SEC playing Vanderbilt. I don't know. To be honest, Missouri can mess around and upset them tonight. They could. Missouri can mess around and get the upset tonight, but because when basketball rankings is a little bit different, but I think Missouri can give them a run for their money. They go out there with the right game plan. If that get that crowd going, play that defense, just keep playing defense on Vanderbilt. Stay out of foul trouble and get their big in foul trouble. Vanderbilt, I think they'd be straight. I think they'd be all right. Yeah, I think so. Illinois playing USC. Illinois, man, oh man, hooping, bro. Like the Midwest, bro. Like they always was known for hoopers. Like let's just call it what it is. Like you know what I'm saying. Midwest be having some hoopers, but and they come some come from the East. The Big Ten. I told you about the Big Ten. I'm telling y'all, I got the feeling that the national champ is coming out of the Big Ten for hoops. I just do. They tough, man. The Big Ten is tough. I do got Illinois winning this game. I definitely got Illinois winning this game. But look, this is a tough one. 10 o'clock tonight. I'm sure everybody be tuning in for that one. Because don't sleep on SC. Just don't sleep on SC. You can't go out there. Gonzaga finally getting it back, finally bouncing back, trying to get something going. San Fran first year in the like, look, San Fran, they'll be all right. They, you know what I'm saying? They trying to build up something over there. They trying to get something going. And I get it. It's like the really, you know what I'm saying, first year that they're trying to produce something. But Gonzaga is just different. They're on a different level. Y'all know what's up with Gonzaga. They've always been good like that. Head coach is just phenomenal. They'll probably be back one of those teams that's in the Sweet 16 for real. Like lock them in. They're tough. They are tough. You know what I'm saying? So let me get to the women's side of the basketball things. But I'll do that in the next one, man, because I've been on here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But I know how I always give it up. That is the men's basketball, college, and NBA. My breakdown on the teams. Y'all can have it how you want, man. But y'all know how I always tell y'all, pray for yourself, pray for each other, man. Pray for me because I'm always praying for y'all. Get down in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about the vid. Peace.